Hey, Brian Bogner here with Parallel Financial, and one of the questions that we get asked a lot is, should I pay down my mortgage or should I take that money and invest? And I'm going to take the next 2 minutes and answer that for you. The answer is simple. It's be a bank. Be a bank. Well, what does that mean? Well, what do banks do? Let's talk a little bit about that, okay? Banks borrow your money, all right? They have checking accounts. You put money in checking accounts, savings accounts. That's them borrowing money from you. And then what they do is they invest it by lending it out. And so they borrow money. So let's just say they, borrow $1,000. You put $1,000 in their account. Now, what are banks paying you interest on those checking accounts? Well, practically nothing these days, right? So then they go out, they lend that money out. They do mortgages and car loans and business loans and things like that. So they'll take that $1,000, lend it out. And let's say they make 4% on what they're lending out, okay? So they're paying you 0%, but they're making 4%. So what do we call that? We say 4 minus 0 equals 4. They're making a spread of 4%. That's how banks make money. Well, guess what? Banks have been around a long time. They've been doing this. They do pretty well, don't they? Well, we should try to emulate and do what they do. So, should we pay down our mortgage or should we invest? Well, my first question is, what do you think stocks are going to do over the next 10 to 15 years? And that's key. And what is your mortgage rate? So let's just say you got a mortgage. Let's go ahead and put you here. Your mortgage is $100,000, okay? So you've borrowed $100,000. What are you paying on your mortgage? I don't know. Maybe you're paying 3-4%. All right, we'll split that in half and say 3.5%, right? And you're really not paying 3.5% because you get to deduct the interest and things like that, so it's actually a little bit less. Well, so instead of paying that money down, right, let's say you get $100,000, well, I'll just pay my mortgage off and I'll be debt-free. Well, again, what do you think stocks or investments could potentially do over the next 10, 15 years? There's no guarantees, we don't know, but we can get a pretty good idea. So let's just say we took that $100,000 and we invest it, I don't know, let's say we got 6% over the next 10 to 15 years. Well, again, right, what do banks do? If we said 6 minus 3.5 equals 2.5%, guess what you're being at this point? You're being a bank, right? You're borrowing money at very low interest rates, you're investing it higher, you're being a bank. So when you ask yourself this question, should I pay down my mortgage or should I invest the money? Our answer is be a bank. Now, I will make a disclaimer. If having a mortgage or having a loan keeps you up at night and you're just wired that, hey, this is something that really I can't deal with, then we would always advise you pay that mortgage down so you can sleep better at night. If you would like to talk further about this or how it pertains to your particular situation, by all means, give us a call. Let's schedule an appointment to sit down and talk through this. Thank you so much for listening.